see. I thought the picture would just go away on its own.
We are a mess here on UPR. Well, welcome everybody that's watching to our predictions for Extreme Rules 2022. And I predict that this year's Extreme Rules should be much better than last year's, which its only saving grace, as I will always say, is the Finn Balor / the Demon versus Roman Reigns match. I am the wrestling doll with the Captain Shakespeare over here.
Oh, I forgot to change my name. Jesus. How are you feeling about, just like the atmosphere and everything? Like, I feel like we're in this new era of like WWE kind of.
It's a mix. It's a new era, but it's a bit of the old era. So it's like a new thing.
It's like a happy medium.
Well, it's a better happy medium than everything we've been dealing with, so.
You're not wrong there. I'll tell you that much. It's been a hard fought. It's been hard.
George.
Hi, George. What's up?
He says it's the sword community and the wrestling talk community.
Those are the best communities.
Better watch out for your partner before he yells at you for saying that that's absolutely baloney.
He can cut with these hands if he wants them. All right, so let's get down to it. So we will start with, I'll start from matches I feel like are the most important to, least important to most important.
Of course.
So we're starting with Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross. I'm not trying to be funny, but like I don't know, the bill just hasn't been grasping me. But I guess
I get it.
Yeah, they have nothing to really do for him until I guess Roman becomes out of that picture. Like, yeah, a lot of upper main event guys are right now, they're just at a standstill, especially on SmackDown.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so it's kind of like just wait and see what happens.
That's how my head's gonna feel when I hear Wade Barrett every Friday.
Oh my god. And then when Toxic Attraction comes up, because I just know, I feel it in my bones that they're gonna go to SmackDown. I don't know why, but I feel that very strongly. And
well, SmackDown does need more on the women's roster right now than Raw. So
no, very true. So okay, so for the Drew and Karrion match, how do you see it going?
I see Karrion winning with some sort of interference from Scarlett, with either distracting the ref or the ref being distracted by something else that she gets in the way or sprays something in Drew's face or hits him with something, and then he gets the win and makes him a more dominant force to go after Roman Reigns to be opponent number 1,300,570,000,000, to the point where we literally don't know who else are we going to get to fight the man.
Yeah, see, that's what's really concerning to me. It's like, okay, so Karrion's going to win this, and then what? He's going to be stuck, because I just don't see right now, from maybe give it a little bit more time, a little bit more build, I could be like, maybe there's a case for him to take the title for Roman. But right now, there is not a case for anyone outside of The Rock. I know that's a far-fetched, but outside of The Rock, that's the only person I can see taking this title off of Roman as of right now. Like, just because he's just so he's like locked in. Like, it's really hard for me to think of anyone else.
Well, that could be the case. I mean, what else can they do with Karrion Kross right now? The only thing they have is for him just going after Drew McIntyre, because he literally has nothing else to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's definitely running out of time in terms of who can I fight next, because they don't put him with anybody else. Yeah. Well, George disagrees with us saying Drew, but we'll see how it goes. I feel like that might. I know it has a stipulation. Then again, almost all of them have a stipulation. I just feel like that's going to be one of the first ones, if not the kickoff match of the night.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I definitely see Karrion winning. I just don't know what goes after that. But I see him winning by some type of interference, though. I don't see it being
naturally, man. Why else would Scarlett be out there just to sit out there and look pretty and have Corey Graves drool over her for 20 minutes besides his wife Carmella? Since she's not going to be out there, he needs somebody to drool over.
That's true. That is true. I guess we'll see where it goes with that. But yeah, I'm definitely going with Karrion Kross on this one for sure.
You and me both.
Great minds. All right. So next match, I'm gonna say this just because it's like a mid-card title, so I guess it makes sense. So we're gonna go with the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium. I think this is gonna be one of the best matches of the night, 100%.
I mean, they were one of the best matches in Clash of the Castle. I mean, they got a 5-star from Dave Meltzer for crying out loud, and they weren't even like main event or anything. It was just like somewhere in the middle,
right,
so to speak. And they gave quite a banger. So those two have amazing chemistry together. So it'd be interesting to see all 6 of them in the ring, giving that same kind of chemistry. I don't mind the Brawling Brutes. I just feel like for some reason Imperium might take it.
I also feel that way, to be honest. So, I mean, they just brought up Giovanni Vinci.
Yes.
And it's like his first pay-per-view, basically, on the main roster. I wouldn't like to see him lose in his first, big pay-per-view. So I really like that win to go to Imperium, if I'm honest. But I do love the Brawling Brutes as well.
I mean, they've been building themselves as quite a dominant force. I mean, so to be, I mean, how can you go wrong with either way? Both teams are very great, so.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fair. I think either choice is a great choice.
Yes.
You can't go wrong, but I just would hate to see Vinci lose in his first pay-per-view. That's just my only thing. He just got here. Let him get him.
I mean, some people lose in their first time coming in somewhere and they make a great career out of it. Look at John Cena. Mm-hmm. He lost against Kurt Angle, and look at him now. He's one of the biggest part-timers WWE has right now.
And one of the biggest TV movie stars in the world. So, yeah. Okay, maybe he can take a loss.
Who knows? Maybe it might help skyrocket the career. I mean, I've seen Imperium in person when I've gone to NXT, win and lose. So we'll see.
What I want to say, my thing about Giovanni Vinci is I'm so glad that they took that time to kind of take him from Imperium so he could showcase his personality on his own. I think that was so pivotal because for a long time I was always more inclined to, go towards Marcel. I'm sorry,
yes,
Ludwig.
I mean, same person, so it's fine. I prefer calling him Marcel over Ludwig any day. But
yes, me too. So yeah, I'm glad that he had that time because now I'm invested in both of them. I feel like they both have great personalities. They both are obviously great in the ring. So yeah, I just wanted to say that on the side. What's the consensus in chat? Who do you guys see? So a lot of people are saying Brawling Brutes. So okay. I trust. All right. So next match is, I'm gonna say in terms of importance, because we've seen it 17 times already. Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle
in a fight pit.
But that made me miss Timothy Thatcher, seeing all those videos from the past fight pit matches Matt Riddle had. I hope they revisit him again because there's so much untapped potential there. They should really bring him back and see what we could do.
Well, somebody write a letter to Triple H.
I'm ready. So who do you think is going to be taking this win?
Well, has Seth Rollins been in a fight pit match, so to speak, in NXT ever?
No.
I feel like Matt Riddle might take it only because of his experience in one of those fight pits per se, and he does have his background being a mixed fighter. Yeah. So I feel like that could play well to an advantage as well. And he's been getting a lot more aggressive lately, so he's not just playing the role of the dumb, weeded up idiot anymore. So he's definitely hearing the voices in his head, and the voices in his head are telling him, beat the fucking shit out of Seth Rollins so bad that he has a torn up pec like somebody else that he fought did and still lost. very badly to that. I mean, Seth Rollins could take an L and be fine.
Oh, well, we know he's been taking them for a while now. Like, this man is like, it's so rare to see someone take loss after loss after loss and still be like such a prize to go against him every
like
time.
The Miz.
Exactly. It's because he just who he is, his character. That it carries so much that a lot of people just don't even care. Same thing with AJ Styles. I could see him lose 100 matches, and then tomorrow, like, go against Roman, and I'm like, I don't even care if he beats him. That's just it, because it's AJ Styles. I'm sorry. Same thing for Seth Rollins as well. You know, he's earned that. So I think that Seth might win by some type of interference. I don't know why, but I feel like Seth might win. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
I mean, Seth Rollins will do anything and everything to win, and even then, he'll still lose.
Yeah,
like his matches at Crown Jewel and Hell in a Cell with Edge and Cody Rhodes were some of my favorite matches that I've seen in the last year and some change since getting into it. And because of how great he delivers in terms of his wrestling and doing all those things he does to try to win, it makes it entertaining to watch. So as much as his character can annoy the crap out of somebody or the laugh can be annoying as fuck, it's still a great match to look forward to and one that you definitely want to see.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely going to be a really good match. I definitely am not concerned about the quality. I'm just, I don't know. I don't know what it is in me. It's not even that because I want it. It's just something in me feels like something's going to happen that's going to cause Matt to lose. I don't know why I feel this way, but I just do.
What are the chances that like he recruits some outside interference or plays Randy's music to trick him into thinking he's coming back and distract him with the pin and win like that? I would write it out like that if I worked there.
That's a good one, actually. That's actually a pretty good one. So, I mean, that's why I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like there's something on the horizon.
Something has to be on the horizon for Seth Rollins. I mean, he's done so much for us.
I think Matt will be
last year.
You know, I think Matt would be fine either way, honestly.
Yeah, he would. He could take L's too and be fine.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So let me see. In terms of importance, I'm gonna go with this. Don't look at me.
Ronda, I'm hating on you.
Ronda Rousey versus Liv Morgan, the new Liv Morgan. She's been having a little bit more edge to her lately, which I really like.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Liv Morgan. I mean, you called it. The administrator, when he was still here, called it that she was going to be the new women's champion. He called that she was going to win either Royal Rumble or Money in the Bank, and boom, she won. Yeah. I feel like they might keep it on Liv only because she's very over. The people love the crap out of her. Huh. I mean, Ronda is fine. She doesn't need the belt. And heck, she even said that she doesn't even want the belt right now. She's happy not having a title run to have right now. I feel like, and a lot of people feel this way, I feel like they think that Charlotte Flair's going to come in it some way or another. That'd be crazy if she did, but who knows? Maybe she might not. But I feel like Liv Morgan might take this one. And she'll show that she's not just a one-time thing or it's not just a fluke. And show somebody in our UPR family that she's more than just a crybaby, in his words.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody in the chat's agreeing. So.
Exactly. No, I keep seeing it's like Liv. Yes, listen, the people love her. I kind of really agree with a lot of what you said in terms of Ronda doesn't need it. She's a spectacle. Her name is the prize.
Her name's enough.
Exactly. So she doesn't really need the win, and I think this is great to build Liv Morgan and give her more credibility, because I feel like a lot of times people question her, credibility in terms of.
That's kind of like what they were going for in terms of her pinning Ronda twice. Well, technically one time and one shoulder being up and the ref missing that, but I feel like they want to do like a whole learns from what she did thing and becomes a stronger champion, being underestimated and looked down in a way.
I agree with that. So we're basically on the same page. We think that Liv is definitely retaining. So great minds, Yes. Now we have, I'm not going to be biased,
Yes, you will. What do you mean you're not going to
I was gonna put Finn last, but
That's you being biased.
I was gonna put him last, but I'm like, you know what? Let me stop. But this first time match, which I think is going to be the main event personally, it might be Bayley and Bianca, yes. But I am hoping
this could be second to last, if not the main event. Vice versa with Bianca and Bayley.
Exactly. Who do you think's winning?
Oh, God. I mean, I love Edge to pieces, and I think he is one of the greatest of all time. One of the biggest opportunists ever, of course, naturally. And definitely played a part in Finn unknowingly becoming part and the leader of the Judgment Day. Mm-hmm. But I feel like Finn might possibly take this one. They got to break the cycle of making the Judgment Day look dominant on regular nights and then making them losers on pay-per-views. I mean, every time we're in the group chat and everybody votes for the Judgment Day, I'm one of the only ones, if not the only one, that doesn't vote for them. And then I look at y'all like, why do you keep voting for the Judgment Day? They keep losing.
I can't vote against him. I can't vote against him.
I know you can't vote against him. I'm not voting against him. We're part of the Finn Balor fan club over here. We're part of the Bullet Club over here.
I like you. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think that Finn is going to win. I think this is the perfect match for Judgment Day to take back their power. It's an I Quit match, so it's like even more intense. It's not just a regular one, like, you know, like a 1, 2, 3. This is like serious. So if Finn gets this win, I feel like that brings back a lot more credibility to the Judgment Day to not just be, you know, weekend warriors, and then like when it really counts, they always lose. So I really, really think Finn is going to win. 100%.
Like with the Usos when they have them on TV and have them lose most of the time and then make them dominant as hell on pay-per-views.
Yeah, but we need Judgment Day to do that, but like both, win both. So I really want Finn to win. I think Edge will be obviously same thing. Edge will be 100% fine if he loses. Like no one's gonna say, "Give me your Hall of Fame ring right now." How dare you, Edge? How did you lose? No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Nobody's gonna say that. They didn't say that when he lost the Money in the Bank to Roman when John Cena came out.
Yeah, true. I think what I like about Edge, and I agree he is a legend, he's lived so many different lives. Just like in wrestling, he's been so many different like people, so many different eras. Same thing with like Seth. Like I just love a wrestler that's so versatile. So I think that, you know, obviously I love Edge. But yes, Finn is 100% winning. I will bet my first cow on it.
Your first cow?
I'm serious.
Okay.
Big deal. What? Charmaine, I love you, please.
I see what she's writing in the chat. She's breaking your heart as we speak.
All right. So now everyone's saying Edge. Listen, you all will be proven wrong. Judgment will come to all. Now we have the main event. Ladder match. Bianca Belair versus Bayley. Who do you think is taking this?
Oh, Lord. I mean, both are amazing as champions, too. I mean, their Hell in a Cell match during the pandemic era will forever be one of my favorite women's matches ever. But they're trying to make Damage Control like a very dominant force. And this is Bayley's first premium live event. I'm still used to just calling it a pay-per-view. Since pandemic era. I feel like they might possibly they have plans for Bianca in the future. So I feel like they might keep it on Bianca for the sake of those plans, which people have seen in the articles, people have seen online. So y'all already know what I'm talking about. But as crafty and as sneaky as Bayley is, Bianca's already dealt with her 1,000,001 times, so she knows how to deal with her. So it's going to be Bianca.
Yeah. I just don't see both babyface champions winning. One of them has to lose, like between the women, I mean. I just don't see them both winning. I'm sorry. And I wasn't 100% convinced. I was like, no.
Until they did last pay-per-view.
Yeah, true. Until they posted that video for Bianca, I was like, oh, okay. She losing. Something just felt that video made me feel a little bit more like I think Bayley might win.
I mean, hey, if they make her a dominant force and make Damage Control the most dominant faction, like bring up Toxic Attraction and have them in a 6-woman tag match for that.
Exactly. So that's why I'm gonna go with Bayley on this one, honestly. And I love Bianca. Oh, I love Bianca. But I don't know. I just feel like something's in the water. I just don't see them allowing both women's champs, who are both baby faces, winning. I just don't see it happening. Something has to change. At least one has to change.
I mean, it's only a matter of time before we see who takes the belts or who keeps it.
Yeah, I think Damage Control really needs this also, just because of them doing that weird thing where they had Raquel and Aaliyah win and then just like
take the belts away from them like a week later.
Yeah, it made Damage
Control
because they shouldn't have lost in the first place. Damage Control should have won.
I felt that too.
Yeah,
but they had plans for Raquel, and then apparently Aaliyah was just there for the ride. But if you have plans for Raquel, then have those plans by yourself. Don't drag someone else down.
Exactly. I knew that, and that's why I said, which is what happened eventually. I had said a little bit in the chat. I was like, well, Aaliyah's going to eat the pin when they eventually lose it, and she did, because I knew that they put her there because they wanted to keep Raquel to look strong, because obviously I feel like they obviously see a lot in Raquel, which they should. I mean, she's, you know, a great in-ring person. She's beautiful. She has a great character. She carries herself like a champion. So obviously I can see why they...
Well, she's been champion, so...
Exactly. So, yeah.
And it's just nice for Dakota Kai to finally have a championship and have it lasted longer than less than a week.
I love her. Like, oh, I just love her.
I grew to love her.
I will never be mad at you, Charmaine. I will never.
You know, did she be mad at you? Look at that face.
Yes, so I mean, we went over that, but I also want to ask you, how do you feel about the sudden change in commentary?
Well, let's see. Now, whenever I watch SmackDown, I had to hear Wade Barrett say stupid stuff for 2 hours, which I already had to deal with when seeing him in person, which I didn't have to hear him. So that was the nice part of going to NXT. But now I have to deal with him whenever I watch SmackDown. Byron Saxton is gone, which is sad because I felt like I enjoyed watching him only because a lot of the stuff that he said, he made fair points. But now we have to deal. But now we got Booker T over there, which is going to be cool. It's going to be an interesting mix-up. I felt like Booker T is one of those that should have been stayed on to be on commentary, I feel like, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Booker's pretty funny. Like, he cracks me up, like, for the most part. Sometimes we have differing opinions, obviously, on certain wrestlers. And so I'll be like...
Wade Barrett and I have about as much differing opinions as there are mountains in this world. A lot.
I've actually never heard that saying before, so
I just made it up right now, so.
Oh, you're giving Jay-Z a run for his money just off the dome? Okay. Spit a hot.
What can I say? I'm giving Freddie Prinze Jr. a run for his money with ideas for wrestling.
He's really a king. Like, who's really winning in the world? Like, his wife is literally Queen Buffy. Like,
I've been watching Buffy the last couple days, so.
Buffy is just iconic. So it's like your wife is Buffy, and you have all this wrestling knowledge. Like, literally, like, he's an awakened being. That's the best I could say. Like,
you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, so I mean, we went through the list and I'm really excited to see this. Like, oh, it's gonna be probably one of the best.
Oh, look who's here.
Wow, look at who shows up right before we start kicking everybody out the club. We're already turned the lights on in the club, and here you come. What are you making?
The lights are turning on. The guards are coming in, telling us you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
Last call. Start playing Munch. Okay, I'm playing the last call. The last song of the night.
Or one of the ones that I went to. Go sit outside by where they serve food so that we can eat while you're drunk.
Exactly. A food cart truck or something like that.
Yeah, they actually have a hot dog one in front of this club that I've gone to.
All right. I mean, well, that's that. That is the prediction show. I feel like I'm glad you guys all gave your opinions, and I feel like we're all in the same thought process, except for the one with Finn, obviously. But not you. I mean, like the chat. You know?
No, I know. I was giving those eyes to the cellar. Come on.
Here. But you know, I'm excited. I'm so glad we did this. I got to talk about it, and you know, just get a little more excitement going. How dare you? I'm gonna yell.
He gave us a compliment at least.
I'm gonna yell at him later.
You can yell at him on Tuesday.
You're right. You're right.
He's gonna kill me for that.
I'm gonna yell at him tomorrow. It's okay. In person, so it's like really good.
Oh, even better for him then.
All right. Well, I mean,
speaking of tomorrow, for those that are in the lovely city of New York, go see this lovely lady over here with the panel talking about all things wrestling and all kinds of crazy stuff. We are very happy for you. We congratulate you on that.
Thank you, Queen.
You're very welcome.
All right, guys. So, you know, have a good night. Have a good morning. And, you know, rise. Always rise for the Judgment Day. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go. Just rise. Pledge allegiance to the Judgment.